Hey guys, I'm gonna do a what I ate in a day today. I'm excited. I haven't done one since the first day of Freestyle. I did want to talk quickly about, I feel like I've been struggling a little bit. My weight has not dropped at all from starting Freestyle. And I keep seeing all these people that are like, I love Freestyle, it's so great. I like getting all of these losses in, and I'm like, because it's not happening for me at all. I want to know if other people are struggling with that. So if anybody's watching this and like feels like they're struggling with it, I would like to know, because sometimes I feel like I'm the only one. Also, so last time, if you watched my last what I ate in a day, like I think it was December 8th or something that I recorded because it was my first day on Freestyle, and I suddenly was like up 8 pounds. If you watch that video, you know, because I mentioned it a few times in that video. So like it was like 1 week I was down and the next week I was up like 8 pounds. Obviously I didn't eat enough calories to gain those 8 pounds, but like those pounds haven't come off. So that is like a weight for me, or like the weight that I'm at now. And I'm really confused. I lost that weight originally. I went off of birth control, and it wasn't immediately, but it was within a few weeks of doing that, I lost like 8 pounds. And I thought, wow, like maybe my birth control was making me like retain water or whatever. And then it suddenly came back on. So I'm not really sure if that's normal, but it has really bothered me because along with this, with like Freestyle, I feel like I'm not losing weight and it feels frustrating. So one thing I'm doing is in my planner, which I'll show you later. I don't have it with me. I left it at work last night, but I have my little just like mead planner that I got at Target, and every day during the week I write goals that are like my goals this week, things that I can control, because I clearly cannot control my weight currently. So things that I've been focusing on this week is like not waiting until I'm starving to eat. Sometimes I'm really bad about that if I'm busy or doing something else. Going to bed at like 10 p.m. I have not met that goal at all. That has been a goal for me for about 3 weeks, and I haven't met that, but I'm continually trying to do that, and I feel good about that. Starting to be more active. I have tendonitis in my left knee. Today I'm gonna try to do an elliptical machine maybe later and see if that helps at all, because I need to be moving more, and it's just really frustrating when like you have limitations of what you can do. So that was one of my goals, and I've made those goals this week. Today technically I was down almost 2 pounds from last week, but this is what keeps happening with me on Freestyle, is I lose a little bit and I gain it back, and I lose and gain, and so I'm basically like maintaining, which is cool and everything, but like I'm ready to be like, I'm in the 160s and I'm just like ready to like be done with that. I'm ready to like move on and get a little bit lower. I'm not really striving towards a specific weight. I am just trying to like see what's up and what feels the best for me. But I know that in the 160s, I don't necessarily feel the best. I still definitely have times where I'm like, I'm feeling heavy and all that stuff. So I need to kind of figure that out. So if anybody has any suggestions for that kind of thing, or like ways that they've busted out of a plateau or anything like that, I don't even know. I don't know. I've, started to be really diligent with all of my measuring and stuff like that to make sure that I'm not like going crazy with ingredients or anything. One thing that I watch these girls, they're not girls, they're adult women. They're two twins. They must be like in their 40s maybe, I'm not sure. I think their channel is called The Skinny, and I'll link that below because they're really funny. They do these like weekly videos. Maybe it's more than once a week, I don't know, but like it's after they've weighed, and they tell you how much they weighed, and they go to the same Weight Watchers meeting. They're really, really funny, and they like banter back and forth. I think they live together. And the one thing that the one of them said was that, even though with all these new 0 point things, foods aren't actually 0 points. Like everything has, you could probably go crazy with like greens, but that's basically it. So, even though chicken and corn and all of that stuff is 0 points, it still has like calories and energy in it. So you should still be monitoring your portion sizes. And I think, that's something that that some people struggle with. So I've tried to be really, like, since they said that, I'm like, you know, that makes sense, whatever. I've never been someone who's like, I'm gonna eat a whole can of corn now that it's 0 points. Like, I'm not interested in that. But I did look up what the portion size was, so I can kind of, I don't properly measure it every single time, but that way I can kind of know like what it should look like for beans and stuff like that. So that's something that I felt was just a really, I mean, it's a very obvious tip, but looking up what actual portion sizes is can be really helpful. Not that you're gonna like binge eat corn and beans, but I think that's helpful. So I'm gonna show you what I'm eating after I've rambled so long. Okay, so this is my 4-point breakfast. I have 2 scrambled eggs with spinach and green onions, and then just some seasonings. I did nutritional yeast and salt, pepper, rosemary. I love rosemary. And I did 1 piece of my sprouted Alvarado St Bakery toast. That's 2 points, with avocado, which was 2 points, and I put everything but the bagel seasoning, rosemary, and garlic salt on it. And then I obviously have 1 kiwi. I don't know if this is like super commonly known, but like you can actually eat the skin, and that's the only way I eat kiwis now because I hate peeling kiwis. So it has a kind of a weird texture to it, but I think it's actually really good, and it adds a little bit of fiber. So then I'm gonna have, this is my turmeric and my fish oil that I'm taking. I've been drinking water. I'm gonna have this, if you've watched any of my What I Eat in a Day, you've seen this. It's the Trader Joe's ginger turmeric herbal tea. I'm gonna squeeze lemon in that, and I'm actually gonna put it in here and make it into iced tea to bring to work. And I'm gonna put 1 scoop of my Vital Proteins collagen in there, and that is breakfast. Okay, so it is lunchtime, and I am gonna quick show you my 6-point lunch today. I just got this container for Christmas. My dad got it from TJ Maxx, and I love it. So I'm having some of this Applegate chicken, this Applegate Naturals grilled chicken breast strips. It is 0 points. The serving size for this full container is about 2.5 servings, but I usually make it about 4 servings because I make them about this size. I'm having 7 Kalamata olives. I just threw them in there, but I've been really loving them, and I've been eating these organic ones. They're already pitted, and that is 2 points for 7 olives. I just figured it was a nice healthy fat. And then I have this little container of this Bolthouse Farms chunky blue cheese dressing, which is 1 point for 2 tablespoons, which I feel like is very generous. And then on the bottom here, I have just these carrot strips. I threw away the package, but I found them at Target, and I actually love this size better than like a baby carrot, and I went through them like crazy this week, so I'm gonna go back and get more. They're not organic, but so nice. And then I just cut up a Honeycrisp apple. That's obviously 0 points. And then for like my sweet treat on the side, I'm gonna do my 2-point banana bread. I will put the recipe below. That I found it on Instagram, and it's been super nice. It's, you can kind of see that it's cakey like bread pudding, but I really like these. I'm gonna drizzle 1/2 tablespoon of this. This is my favorite almond butter. It's nice and runny. I'm almost out of it though. It's like at the very end. So I'm gonna put some of these on here. I think you can have 13 of them for 0 smart points. And what I like about this snacky lunch is that it's quite filling, and because it's kind of like different stuff, you can kind of eat the way you want to that particular day. So if I decide I'm like really savory and I just want this kind of stuff and carrots, and maybe I skip some of the apples, I will oftentimes put clementines in there. But yeah, I've just been doing it this week, and I think I'm gonna try to do variations of this because it's just been really good, and it's been helping a lot with like eating intuitively. Yesterday for lunch, I ate everything, but the day before I did almost this identical lunch, and I ended up with like half of this left over and some of my carrots left over and a whole clementine, and you can just kind of eat the way that feels good. So this whole lunch is 6 points, and it's super satisfying. So if anybody has any variations of this that are that they've seen or that they think would be good, I would love to hear those. I think like a hummus or something would be great, or something like that. So this is lunch. Hey, so I just got home from work. I actually got to leave a little bit early. Right before I came home from work, I actually stopped at Natural Grocers to just get kind of my staples and things that I wanted for the week. So I'm going to show you really quick and then I'm gonna go take a nap.
First, I got just my basics. I got eggs, some kale. I got 2 little heads of kale. I love roasting that with balsamic vinegar on it. My favorite, LaCroix La Cola. They've been sold out, so I'm so excited that they have it. And then I grabbed egg whites. These ones are like, gosh, they're like $5.79 a piece. The cheap ones have been gone for like 2 or 3 weeks. They were also out of my Applegate chicken strips that I really like, and I'm blaming the Whole30 because all of my like basic, like really good stuff was gone today. So otherwise, I got some random, I guess I'll start here. I'm gonna make sweet potato nachos, which is why I got some sweet potatoes. I tried it last night and it was super good, so I'll show you that later. But I'm gonna use an enchilada sauce because I'm kind of avoiding dairy, so the nachos are gonna end up having like an enchilada sauce instead of cheese. We'll see how that goes. I got a perfect bar because I felt like it would be kind of good. Usually these are really, really sweet. They're really high in points. They're 11 points per whole bar. I wrote that up at the top so I would remember. But I think when I've had one before, I usually just want half because it's quite sweet, like cookie dough kind of. They're super, super good. And then I got these. These are my favorites. I've shown these before. They are 5 points per cup. And I just kind of thought maybe I would want some different sweet treats this week. I'm trying to kind of mix up what I'm eating so that maybe that will help with weight loss. Tried this. I've never seen this before. I've seen it on Instagram, but never in my store. And it has a really good, oh, the ingredients are right there. It is 3 points for 2 tablespoons. And I believe the points are really just coming from that almond. But it has Bragg's liquid aminos in it, so I feel like it's gonna taste so, so good. They had a couple flavors, but I went just like this. I feel like this would be good for sandwiches or dipping or whatever. I guess I can show you this. I got a Blue Sky lemon lime soda. That is for boyfriend. He just loves lemon lime sodas, so I got him one that doesn't have all the stuff in it. And then the only other thing I got were these. I've seen these before. They're like sauerkraut chips. I think it was like, there's 5 servings in here, and for 1 ounce, it is 4 points. I just wanted to try it, so I got the dill pickle ones. I don't know if they'll be good or not, but I just thought they sounded so interesting. So that's my little haul, and now I'm gonna go take a nap. For dinner to cook, I'm baking some sweet potato right now. I'm just sipping on this glazed lemon loaf tea from Tazo. It is 0 caffeine. Obviously 0 points, and I got it at Target. It's really nice. It does have that like sweet, like lemon cake kind of taste, and I like it a lot more than I thought I was going to. So I'm just trying to tide my hunger over while I wait. This is my sweet potato nacho. Let's see if I can find. I sliced one of the, well, this is one I took a bite off of. I sliced the potatoes into little like rounds that were kind of about that thick. It's maybe like a 1/4 of an inch thick, and I just baked them for about 30 minutes, flipped in between, seasoned them, salt, pepper, all of that, reheated some chicken that I had. You could do this with anything. You could even do it with beans. And then I just put on green onions, tomato, cilantro, all 0 points. And then the potato, I wasn't really sure because I don't have a food scale. I just estimated it as it was about this size, but a little bit smaller. So I'm counting that as 7 points. And then I put 2 tablespoons of that Frontera enchilada sauce on. And then I roasted some broccoli and Brussels sprouts with some balsamic vinegar and a tiny, tiny bit of soy sauce. So this is what I'm going to eat for dinner. When I was hungry earlier, I ended up eating 1 slice of a chicken quesadilla from Taco John's, and that was 4 points. That was kind of an impulsive snack. I was really hungry. And so this is 7 points. That was 4 points. I'm at 21 points for the day, 2 points left, and I probably will have a snack later. I'm also going to have my little LaCroix La Cola. So it's about 9:30, and I'm actually quite hungry. My giant dinner didn't keep me full for super, super long. I think I probably should have added a fat to it. So I kind of debated what I wanted for a snack. I've already had one of these today, and I felt kind of weird about eating another one, but I'm hungry enough that I feel like I need something substantial, so I'm just gonna do it. Usually I wouldn't eat too, this isn't like unhealthy or anything, but this sounds best to me. So I'm doing my 3-point banana bread. It's actually only 3 points today because I added 1 point of almond butter. Otherwise it would be 1 point. And then I added some of those Lily's chocolate chips again, and that's what I'm gonna have for my snack and finish my day out. I'm gonna have a big glass of water too before bed.
I forgot to mention that with the banana bread, that leaves me at 24 out of 23 points. So I did go over 1 point today. So I mentioned earlier that I've been keeping track of my goals. So I just have one of these Mead. I just got it at Target. It's super nice because it has like a little pen holder, and I have like post-it notes in there. I use this as like my day, like my actual planner where I have different events and stuff like that. But during the weeks, I don't really need to use these because I don't have like, I like to have different to-do lists and stuff. So what I do is I have been keeping track. I can kind of show you. So this week, these were my goals. They're basically the same every single day. So it's, you know, to mindfully eat. So not just like eating as fast as you can or whatever to try to get through even at work. Focus on my hunger cues, you know, eating before I'm hungry, eating before I'm starving, and stopping before I'm like super full. That's another goal, is eat before starving. And then today, one of my goals was to do yoga or Pilates. I chose to nap instead because I was so tired today. So I'll just move that goal to tomorrow because my ultimate goal over this week is to be active purposefully over the course of at least 3 days. So I just like check off, like that's what I've been doing this week, and I've just been checking off, and I find that this is super, super helpful. I was actually pointing at Thursday and it's Friday today, but they're all the same. I wanted to show you that just, this has been helping me feel like I can control certain things when I can't control other things. So working towards like a healthy, balanced life is probably a lifetime in process, or a lifetime process. And I think this is going to help a little bit for as long as I want. I mean, I won't do this forever if I don't feel like it, but for right now, it's been really good. And I've been able to look back and be like, you know, yesterday I really didn't, you know, I was starving before dinner, so I didn't succeed in that. So I kind of circled that and make a little note of that so that it's kind of reinforcing that of like, okay, I need to do better with that. And I think that constant reminder will hopefully turn it into a habit without being obsessive. None of it is like, you know, you're bad or you're not doing this correctly or anything filled with guilt for this stuff. It's just like me trying to be conscious and inform myself. So that's everything. I've taken my makeup off and I'm just gonna go chill out before bed. One question I wanted to ask is I'm considering getting a Fitbit. I've never been into Fitbits just because I don't really like to wear jewelry regularly. I have like weird kind of sensory things where sometimes it makes me feel so terrible to wear something like that, like bracelets. Sometimes I'm fine, sometimes I'm not. So the Flex 2 is, you know, quite small, unassuming. I don't think you can't read text messages on it or anything. I don't want to be that connected to my phone, but also it has a little like clip thing that you can buy for like $11.99 on Amazon. So I could just wear it as a like pedometer some days. So I'm wondering if anybody else has a Fitbit Flex 2, or if you have any other Fitbits, like why you like them, how you use them. I think I really need to start monitoring how much activity I'm doing and just trying to kind of push slightly beyond what I've been doing. I just sometimes feel weird about like all of the data that we collect about ourselves, and if that's necessary, that's a whole other thing. But I had read an article like the quantified self, and I think that's kind of been a conversation lately. So I'm wondering, I want other people's opinions and have they been helpful? The Fitbit Flex 2 is only $60, so it's not a huge investment. And I really liked that little clip thing. Maybe you can get the clip thing for others, I'm not really sure. So if you have a Fitbit or any other tracking device, please tell me what you've liked about it, what you've hated about it. I would love, love, love to know. So that's everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope any of this was helpful. It was a little bit weird eating day, but I had some like really good food today. It was like one of those days where I was like, loved everything I was eating. So that's it. So I'll talk to you later. See ya.